end with a comedy tonight. You'll be happy about that. But this is not it. This is our second to the last scene. And it features another one of my actors who needs an agent and deserves one, Rachel Brannon. Rachel is, she's the girl next door. I'm very excited about her career. And actually, she was just recently moved to the master class. She's been with me a little over a year. And she actually drives from Grandview to be in class, and that's kind of far, so yay for her. The most courageous thing she's done this year is her 9-month-old nephew had an allergic reaction to peanut butter, and she took him to the emergency room, which I think that would be really brave if you're like babysitting and that happens to you. She has, she recently had a part in the short film Lilith, directed by M. Garrett, who's here. Yay, there he is. And then her scene partner is Gregory Connors. Greg he's kind of a freak. He's, I've been coaching 12 years, and even in LA, not to take anything away from any other actor I've ever coached, there aren't that many naturals, people who just come into the world knowing how to do it, and he's absolutely one of them. And I'm excited. He's also the only actor I've ever coached who's from my hometown, Cleveland, Ohio. He is my muse. Once you see him, he'll probably be yours. The bravest thing he's done this year is he's pursued acting. He is represented by John Kolonowski at Calidus, and he is also in Lilith, directed by Adam Garrett, and another short called Three Ghosts, directed by Marcus Lopez. Greg and Rachel are doing a scene from The Painted Veil by Ron Niceweiner, W. Somerset Maugham, and Sarah Colleton.
What are you doing home?
Sorry, there's something I need to speak with you about.
Actually, I was just about to take my bath.
I'm afraid it can't wait, darling. It's rather important. Sit down. Have you heard of a place called Mai Tung Fu?
No.
It was in the papers the other day. It's a small village on the tributary of the Yangtze River in the interior. There's been an outbreak of cholera there. It's the worst epidemic anyone's seen in years. A Chinese medical officer has died. There's a convent of French nuns. They're trying to run a hospital and they're doing the best they can, but people are still dropping like flies. I have volunteered to go and take charge.
Why?
Because they need a doctor.
Yes, but you're not a doctor, you're a bacteriologist.
I'm an MD. The fact that I'm foremost a scientist is all for the good in this case.
Won't that be awfully dangerous?
I suppose it might, yes. Now, Mai Tung Fu is a 10-day journey. You can go by rail for the first part of it. After that, it's carriage. And then we'll have to take a sedan chair.
Who's we?
Well, you and I, of course.
You're not expecting me to come too.
I was hoping that if I was going, you would want to go.
Surely that's no place for a woman. It would be madness for me to go. Why should I?
To cheer and comfort me?
No! No, I won't go. In fact, that's monstrous of you to even ask me.
Fine then. I shall file my petition for divorce tomorrow. I'm afraid you've thought me a bigger fool than I am.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't you? I'm divorcing you for adultery. I'm naming Charles Townsend as your lover.
Walter, I realize that this is very unpleasant, but please let's not make this any uglier than it needs to be.
Oh, by all means. And what do you propose that we should do?
You could let me divorce you quietly.
You divorced me? On what grounds, may I ask?
That's what a gentleman would do.
Can you give me one reason I should put myself to the smallest inconvenience on your account?
Walter, please don't be so hateful. Charlie and I didn't mean to hurt anyone. We just fell in love. He wants to marry me.
Really? I knew you weren't the cleverest girl in the world when I married you, but I didn't know you were actually a fool.
Yes, well, if it makes you feel better to hurt me, go ahead. You might as well get used to it. Charlie and I love each other, and we are sick to death of all the secrecy and compromise and everything else.
And now you curse the day you ever met
Stop
me.
mocking me.
There's no other response for such pathetic behavior. It's comic. And to think how hard I tried to make you happy debating myself, acting as though I was as thrilled as you by the latest gossip, and it's vulgar such as you are. If you interrupt me again, I'll strangle you. Sit down! I knew when I married you that you were selfish and spoiled, but I loved you. I knew you married me only to get as far away from your mother as possible, but I hope that one day there'd be something more. I was wrong. You don't have it in you.
If a man doesn't have what it takes to make a woman love him, that is his fault, not hers.
Either way, tomorrow morning we've got to leave for my Tung Fu, or I shall file my petition.
Walter, you cannot be serious about taking me into the middle of a cholera epidemic.
Do you think that I am not?
My God, that's what you want, isn't it? Do you really think Charlie will let you do this?
I think Charlie has very much to say about it.